Hello everybody and welcome to part 10 of What If Izuku Midoriya found the Omnitrix. If you haven't seen the previous parts yet, make sure you do so. It provides context needed for this episode. There'll be a link in the description below and the annotation above. If you're new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to get notifications of when I post. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to Oklahoma smash that like button! If you want to see the series continue, as it shows your support and tells me you want to see more of this. After the attack on Hosu, Midoriya spends the rest of his internship days, like 2 days, training on combat with both Gwen, Kevin, Rook, and others, learning more and more about fighting, alien tech, and whatnot, other stuff. Time eventually passes and Midoriya has to return to school, thanking his friends for all they taught him. The first day of school, after the internships, and in class, everyone is talking about their internships, what they did. Attention is brought to both Idea of Midoriya and Todoroki since they were in Hosu during the attack. They even congratulate Midoriya on defeating the hero killers, since in this version of events, he had permission to fight by an official institution. It wasn't covered up by the police, so Midoriya got all the credit. Ojiro then asks about Stain's connection to the League of Villains, and the video about his origins is pointed out to the students by Kaminari. After a bit of reflecting and talking, Ida returns to his regular self and gets the class in order, telling everyone to get back to their seats. Later, the students get together with All Might in Ground Gamma. All Might says, "I am here. Hope you are ready to return to your lessons. Today it's Hero Basic Training. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Now then, listen carefully to what's in store. We're going to be conducting a little race. Take everything you've learned from your internships and apply it to this rescue training." Ito raises his hand and asks, "If it's rescue training, then shouldn't we be at the USJ instead?" Omai responds saying, "That facility specializes in disasters. As I said earlier, this is a race, so prepare. You're about to step into Field Gamma. Inside is an area full of factories that form an intricate labyrinth, so good luck finding your way around. You'll be competing in groups of 5. Each person starts from a different location on the outskirts of the model city. I'll send a distress signal, and you do what you must to rescue me. However, whoever finds me first wins. But try to keep the property damage to a minimum," as he looks at Bakugou. Bakugou scoffs and says, Why are you pointing at me?" All Might says, "Alright, first group, get to your places." In this case, as in all the other as always, the first group is Midoriya, Ojiro, Mina, Ashido, Zero, and Ida. Everyone starts speculating who will win the race. Most of the class just say Midoriya. If he picks the right transformation, he'll win for sure. And they start wondering which one he'll pick. Yorozu says, "The red flying one. He is the most logical," referring to Jetray. "He is fast and can soar through the air." Zero says, "But he can use the one with the wheels pretty well in this situation to maneuver throughout the whole place." Rock interrupts saying, "Yeah, but he lost access to that transformation after the USJ attack, when Shigaraki attacked him." Zero asks, "Oh yeah, and broke his watch, right?" Bakugou takes note of this. The exercise begins. The class is waiting for Midoriya to open his watch, but instead, when the exercise starts, Midoriya basically vanishes, leaving a cloud of dust behind. Using Accelerate, he runs as fast as he can, runs up a wall even, jumping into the air. He turns into Heatblast and blasting fire to propel himself further in the air. The class is a bit astonished at how quickly he is switching between transformations and how he's using that to his advantage. Uraka realizes, wait, that's one of his old transformations. I thought he lost it. Midoriya using Heatblast maneuvers a bit until he lands on one of the buildings, close to All Might. Upon landing, he switches to Ghost Freak and goes through the remaining obstacles until he reaches All Might. Bakugou, witnessing Midoriya's feats, thinks, "Crap! While I was spending my time getting groomed at that useless internship, he leveled up a couple times over. I need to get better, and quick." Midoriya lands next to All Might and turns back into himself. After all the students get there, All Might says, "And it's over! Thanks, hero, and congratulations!" Midoriya says thanks and is also congratulated by Ida. All Might says, "Young Midoriya may have come in first place, but compared to the start of the year, you've all shown some incredible improvements. Keep working and preparing for your upcoming final exam." All the students say, "Yes, sir!" All Might then says, "Group 1, leave the field. Group 2, you're up." Weeks pass and Midoriya doesn't slack off on his training in the weeks between this event and the final exam. He has unlocked a couple new aliens, including Wildvine, Rath, Jury-Rig, and Astrodactyl. In class, Aizawa says, "Alright, that's it for class today. There is only 1 week left until your final exam begins. I'm sure you all are studying constantly, right? Don't forget to keep training. The written exam is only one element. There's also the practical portion to worry about. Good luck." And after he leaves the classroom, the class descends into panic, since most of them are ill-prepared for the exam. Midoriya tries to put his classmates' mind at ease, and Yorozu offers to tutor them so the study groups form quickly. At lunch, Midoriya sits down to eat, saying, "I'm kind of scared about the practical. I've got no idea what it's going to be." Ida says, "It's hard to believe they would give us something too crazy." Midoriya says, "The written exam questions will be stuff from class, so I should at least be able to do those." Raka asks, "You really think it's going to be that simple? Kind of worried about the exam." Midoriya says, "It's driving me nuts. I want to know what they'll have us doing." Hagakure says, "It's a comprehensive test of everything we've learned this year." Tsuyu says, "Yeah, and that's about all we could get Mr. Izawa to tell us." Uraka says, "Oh, so it'll cover combat training, rescue training, and basic training." Midoriya says, "We can't just study, we have to stay in great physical shape." And he is bumped in the head by Monoma, who apologizes and mocks him. "Oh, sorry, your head is so big that it's hard to miss." Midoriya asks, "You're from class 1B, Monoma, right? That really hurt." Monoma says, "I heard you fought and defeated the hero killer. Just like in the sports festival, you aren't happy unless you're the center of attention. I bet you were really afraid in that fight. Bet you even pooped your pants. That's why the hero killer went easy on you. You just got lucky." Midoriya thinks a bit. "Well, I was a bit scared. The hero killer was kind of intimidating, but nothing I couldn't handle. It was actually pretty easy to defeat the hero killer. Once he got a hit from the Arturian Hog, he was out. Just like that. To tell the truth, the robots and that big scary dude were much more of a challenge." Monoma starts mocking Midoriya, saying, "You know, if you keep this up, eventually you won't be able to clean your own mess, and we will be caught in the crossfire. What demons will you?" And he gets hit over the head by Kendo before he can finish his sentence, who says, "Not funny, Monoma. It was probably hard going through that. You heard what happened to Ida and his brother. They could have died. Chill out." She then turns to class 1A and says, "I apologize for him. I'm pretty sure there's a hole where his heart should be. So I was listening. I know you are all worried about what's going to be on the big final practical. I heard it's going to be combat against robots like the entrance exam." Midoriya says, "What? Really? How do you know that?" Kendo answers, "One of my friends who's a few grades up filled me in. I know cheating, but oh well." Midoriya starts to mutter, saying, "I don't think so. I'm sure gathering information is one of the prerequisites of the exam, and if we fight robots, that's good for me. My galvanic mechamorph form can take care of them fairly easily." The days pass and the days of the final exams arrive. The 3 days of the written exams pass, in which Midoriya does better than in the normal continuity. Now all that's left is the practical exam. The students gather at the center plaza of UA, along with Aizawa and a bunch of other heroes. Aizawa says, now then, let's begin the last test. Remember, it's possible to fail this final. If you want to go to camp, then don't make any stupid mistakes. Jiro asks, why are all the teachers here? Aizawa says, I expect many of you have gathered information and believe you have some idea of what you'll be faced with today. Kaminari says, we're fighting those big old metal robots. Ashido says, fireworks, s'mores, here we come. Nezu steps out of the crowd and says, actually, this year's test will be completely different for various reasons. Yamomo asks, you're changing things? The principal comes down from Aizawa's shoulder and says, the tests now have a new focus. There'll be hero work, of course, but also teamwork and combat between actual people. So what does that mean for you? You students will be working together in pairs. Your opponents will be one of our esteemed UA teachers. Isn't that fabulous? The students take a step back as Uraka asks, we're fighting the teachers? Scared of her opponents a bit. Aizawa says, additionally, your teammates and opponents have already been chosen. They were determined by discretion based on a number of factors, including fighting style, grades, and interpersonal relationships. Let's skip a bit ahead, okay, because this video is already getting a bit too long. For simplicity's sake, and the teams and opponents will be the same as in the regular version of events. The first fight is Sugar Rush and Red Riot against Cementas. Both the students failed at their exam. The second is Froppy and Tsukuyomi against Ectoplasm. The students pass. The third, Ingenium and Tailman against Power Loader. The students pass. The fourth is Creati and Shoto against Aizawa. The students pass. The fifth is Gravity and Can't Stop Twinkling against number 13. The students barely pass. The sixth is Pinky and Charge Bolt against Nezu. Both students fail. The seventh is Earphone Jack and Anima against Present Mike. Both students pass. The eighth group is Invisible Girl and Tentacle against Snipe. Both students pass. The ninth group is Grape Juice and Cellophane against Midnight. Mineta passes but Zero fails. And last but not least, Midoriya and Bakugou against All Might. Both Midoriya and Bakugou make their way towards the exam area. Midoriya is a bit worried about fighting against All Might. He is, after all, the symbol of peace, the most powerful hero to have ever lived. He turns towards the Omnitrix and sees green energy sparkles from the watch. Bakugou starts walking towards the gate when the announcer says, "Ready? Go!" Midoriya, looking at Bakugou, thinks that cooperation is the key. They need to talk and walks towards Bakugou to try and talk. Kachan, listen. For this exam, the teacher is the villain and we are the heroes, so we need a solid plan. Normally, I would suggest we analyze the villain's combat ability and choose from there whether to fight or run away. But it's All Might we're facing, so we don't need to think about it. Combat is out of the question. Bakugou is just annoyed. Stop following me. Midoriya says, All Might is probably waiting for us in the main road. We should take another route. Bakugou says, I'm not going to run away from this fight. So use that watch to turn into something useful if you want to help. Or run away like a little coward if that's what you want. I don't care. The comment stuns Midoriya a bit. He thinks for a moment and runs towards Bakugou, saying, even with those handicap weights, we can't win. There's nothing you can do. Bakugou punches Midoriya. Seeing the attack coming, Midoriya tries to turn into Ghost Freak with his brain. But the watch just turns red and more electricity starts coming off of it. Midoriya falls to the ground as Bakugou glares at him, saying, I don't want to hear another word coming from you. Just because of that thing, you think you're getting stronger. It doesn't mean you get to tell me what to do. Midoriya starts getting up. Midoriya getting up says, wait, Kachan, I'm just trying to get us to pass the practical. This is for both of us. Bakugou screams at Midoriya, I told you we don't need your stupid watch to pass. I can win it all by myself. Midoriya yells, Will you stop yelling? This is why we never have real conversations. This is when they are hit by All Might's attack that throws them back and destroys most of the city's main road. All Might comes out of the smoke menacingly saying, "Who really cares if I destroy this city?" He steps very strongly as wind pressure is created from his steps. All Might says, "If you think of this as an exam and not as a real fight, you'll be sorry. I'm a villain now, heroes. Remember that. You better come at me with everything you got. I won't pull my punches." Midoriya is very intimidated but goes to the Omnitrix trying to open it. He selects his strongest transformation, or at least what he thinks is his strongest Humangosaur, and hits the watch. But nothing happens. Midoriya then says, "We can't fight him head on. Let's run." Bakugou says, "Don't tell me what to do." And when All Might comes in for an attack, Bakugou intercepts with a stun grenade. Midoriya fiddles with the watch trying to get it to work while running away as Bakugou is losing the fight against All Might but trying to hold his own. So he doesn't run away. All Might throws Bakugou at Midoriya, throwing them both down. All Might comes towards them and Midoriya asks, "Come on, please work. I need you, just work." Midoriya and Bakugou get up. All Might slowly approaches them. Bakugou screams at Midoriya, "Will you turn into something already?" Midoriya replies, "The Omnitrix isn't working. I don't know why." All Might grabs Midoriya's arm and says, "Give it here, you damn nerd. All you need is a little strength." He grabs the watch, he opens it up, and gets the menu. He slams it as strong as he can, using his quirk at the same time so he creates an explosion, creating a puff of smoke around them. The smoke clears to reveal Bakugou standing next to Atomix. Bakugou says, "Whoa, never seen you turn into that guy before. He seems strong." "So do something already!" Midoriya says, "I never used this guy before. I don't really know what he does." All Might comes in for an attack. Midoriya blocks the punch and, using the atomic energy, punches All Might in the gut, sending him flying up in the air. All Might uses some air pressure mid-air to control his fall, maneuvering his way back, and when he returns he is met by one of Bakugou's huge explosions. And Atomix saying, "Hamina, hamina, hamina!" as he throws a ball of energy at All Might. All Might is sent flying by this attack against a wall way outside of ground beta. Midoriya turns back into himself tired. Bakugou gets excited. "We did it!" Going in for a high five. He then realizes what he's trying to do and stops, saying, "Maybe you aren't so useless after all, you damn nerd." Midoriya checks the watch to find Atomix in the listing so he can see what species it is or whatnot, but he sees error, transformation not found. Midoriya takes a step and passes out from the exhaustion. In another location, Midoriya is pummeling some knights, asking, "Where is Izuku Midoriya?" Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. The like helps show me that you guys want this show to continue. I do apologize if the video went on for a bit too long, and yeah, make sure to leave any suggestions, feedback, and whatnot in the comments. And yeah, until next time, have a nice day, everyone. Bye!